So, as promised, here's the video to make the pen storage system. Yay! Right, first of all you start with your template, and once you've cut it out and it's all scored, you bend all the little tabs inwards like this, so that you're getting some kind of box shape. I always start with the two flaps at the bottom that haven't got the little side bits towards me, because this is going to be the front of your box. Then what we do is we take some glue, which is surprisingly behaving today. That's probably my famous last words. And once we've put some glue on those, we bend those up towards the middle and just hold them down for a second. Make sure you put quite a bit of glue on. You don't want any catchy bits where your pens are going to catch or something's not glued properly. Then you're going to turn the template round, and with the flaps that you've glued to your right hand side, we're going to take this bottom flap and just lift it up, and we're going to put some more glue on here. Again, loads of glue. I love loads of glue. I'm actually using Aileen's original tacky glue. Great stuff. Love it. So when we've done that, I'm going to bring that up and just line it up as best as you can, making sure it's as square as possible, because you don't want wonky shelves. So that's pretty much done. If you haven't got this kind of glue, or your glue takes longer to go off, you can just put a paper clip in to hold it. So once we've done the sides, we go to the top. I will just fold these back a bit, and I put the two tabs down, get some of my trusty glue, put a little bit on each tab, and then from the tab that's in front of me, I just put a load of glue in here like that, and this is where I get covered in glue. Push this one down and bring this one over the top. Now you want to squidge this in really tightly and make it as square as possible. Again, you do not want wonky shelves, and the second one I've made of these, I didn't pull in enough, and the shelves are slightly tipped, but I sort of stuck a bit of card underneath and it's fine. But pull those right in, and that should have held. And then if you want to take a pen, you can just poke into the bottom just to make sure the flaps are secure. Now all you need to do is that 12 more times. So I'll see you after you've done that. So when you've got your 13 little boxes, now we're going to glue them together. You want to make sure that you get quite a lot of glue at the front, because you want a nice meeting edge. So I'm going to make sure there's plenty of glue on the front, and just swirl some over the rest of it like that. Then I'm going to take the second box, put it on top, and I like to line it up on a flat surface so that you've got them really well lined up. When they're lined up, I just take some big paper clips, and 3 will probably do it. Put one right in each corner and one in the middle, just to hold it in place. Make sure the back is lined up as well. And then what I do is I glue them in twos. I leave something not too heavy, but just enough to push that cardboard down so that it holds. And then when they're dry, I glue the twos together into a tower. So when you've stuck your boxes together, I will see you while then. Your tower is drying, you can prepare your IKEA box. It's an IKEA, I think they pronounce it flint, flight, something like that. Basically, you take your magazine box, and from the edge to the edge is 15 centimeters. So what you do is you mark that at the back, and you cut a straight line down so that you're getting rid of the nice curvy bit. I'm sure you can find a use for it. And in true Blue Peter style, here's one I've done earlier. So I've assembled the box as per the lovely instructions on the bottom. Don't worry about the raggedy edges, that's why I've included the template for covering the edges. The only thing I will say is when we're putting it together, we're going to make sure that this seam where the box is glued together is going to be at the top. I did try it at the bottom and it made the shelf slightly wonky, so you need to make sure when you're assembling that this one goes to the top. So now on to the final stage, assembly. So I have my tower all nicely glued together. It's very sturdy actually. I made mine out of 300 GSM card. You probably don't need to use that much, it's probably a bit of overkill. I have my IKEA box. Now as I've said, this is actually quite tight, but it does fit. Well, it does fit in my boxes. So we're just going to slot this in. It takes a little bit of wrangling to make sure. You see, I've got a little bubble there. There we go. There is a gap at the top. Oh, I don't think that's down enough. There we go. There is a gap at the top, but it has this handy hole, so you can actually put your finger in and it makes a handy carrying device, I have found. And plus it was too tight to get another shelf in, especially if you wanted to put slightly larger markers. So then you just take your edging strips and we just glue those to the sides. And I'm not going to show you how to do that because I'm sure you can manage that yourselves, but you just glue those all the way around. It's really important that you put the boxes in because these will help hold the boxes in place. And then I have one final thing to show you. So once you've put your edging in, your box should look like this, ready to be filled with all those wonderful pens. Now the last little thing, and I only thought of it today, so mine isn't actually finished, is I was wondering how to number the shelves so that my pens stay in order. I was going to stick bits here, but then I thought with the pens going in and out, they're going to get on my nerves. So what I made, this is what I made. I've made one of these, and if you can see, it should just about, it's a little bit tricky, line up with the shelves. And I'm thinking of printing two of these, one to keep to use and one to stick onto the side of the box. I have a download of blank ones so that you can fill in your own numbers, because I don't know how you want to store your pens. So I will give a link to the PDF and you can download your own and stick it to your box. I can see people could go wild with these and make them look so pretty. Mine, oh look, I've already got glue on them. Mine are very plain, but my craft room is actually quite light, so they sort of match in, and once they've got all the colourful pens, I think they're colourful enough. But I would love to see it if you decorate these, or even if you make these. I'd love to see a picture. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy my pen storage.